Hey YouTube. Hello. Hi. Um, I'm gonna try and do a video in one take, because it's my favorite thing to do. But I promised to make a YouTube video about talking about Weretober. And I feel like I can talk about some things that I've been learning about. Um, share what I'm thinking about with art. This is what I'm working on right now, but it's not important. We'll talk about that one later. But I want to show all these. Well, maybe I'll get to all of them, but I want to talk about how I've been doing from here, from day 1 to day 17. Um, I want to talk about how this has been fun. This year, I feel like I've learned a lot. If you were to go back at my previous Weretobers, you could see a growth too. This is the most where I've been not only like just drawing a lot, but also analytical about what I've been doing. So, or more focused with what I've been doing. So, from the start with Weretober, I had one goal, and let's see, can I do this like this? That won't look pretty. I have a lot of files open. It's not gonna be pretty. Okay. So, starting with Weretober, I had one goal: get better with values and draw hands. So, I'd focus with these two in particular, values and hands. And I did a value like I did the line art first. I'm not gonna have the documents open. I probably should, but I have the PNGs. I don't need the PNGs. Uh, Let me see. I don't need the PSDs. But this is not a good value um drawing. I've already like showed like a long time ago like what I should have done with this. And basically is I needed like darker shadows. I needed a this is like where the light's coming from, right? But I needed darker shadows where the light's not hitting. Wherever the light is not hitting, that's where I need to emphasize those shadows more. This would have looked way better. Also, core shadows, like a harder shadows, that would be like so much better. I'm over exaggerating that one though. That one's looking really bad. Let me get my favorite brush here, where it could be like a little bit lighter, because I'm going a little hard with it. But when the light's not hitting something, that's where there's darker shadows. And so this one, without just like a little bit like, without just that, it kind of just like, yeah. But not to just like talk about like what I should have done with these, but I want to talk about like what I'm like learning. I'm learning uh about just like how values should be, uh how I should be thinking about values, how I need to think about light source, how I think about composition. Um this one's cool because of this like framing thing. Shapes with characters, so like having a character behind a background or behind a shape. So like for example, the Weretober prompt example. Let me get this out for you guys. Oh, there's my little guy. So you see how like in the Weretober prompt, the werewolf is the frame, the werewolf is a character, and it's around a shape. That's a very basic composition thing. Uh, when you put shapes behind characters, um, it emphasizes the character and just like frames it. This one's kind of weird because I have the circle here, and you're gonna see me make this mistake a lot too. I have the circle here, but I have the square here. This is kind of cool because I was thinking of Castlevania and Sympathy of the Night. But yeah, a lot of these are kind of sloppy. I do them in a day, um, and you'll see the quality like jump and whatever. I do get a little sad about the quality of like the line art, but it gets a little bit better as I go on. All right. Um, so here's where I did the composition thing, right? This is kind of nice. I have the circle here. You're gonna see these a lot. Same hand syndrome. Oh my God, same hand syndrome. Probably could have did the same thing. Darken this here. I should have darkened this. I should have thought about these values more. I also notice muddiness values. the light values. There's like light values where it should be in shadow. Oh, this is a common problem I see a lot, and not just like in other people's art, but my art too, is seeing light values like this. You'll see like these like light values like um without like a clear understanding of like where my light source is hitting. Um, I'm seeing this often where uh a lot of the times in my art, I don't have a clear light source, and as a result, that affects my shadows too. Whenever you like know where your light's hitting, you'll know where your shadows is hitting. So the light's hitting them from the back, right? And that may basically kind of means like this like red line is effectively like a terminator where all of this should be in shadow or basically in a shadow value in the shadow family. So like this. And like the light will also be hitting like his front side too, like here. Actually, it should be like this. Should be like this maybe. So I didn't have this like clear thought with this. And that's kind of just like, well, yeah, my fault. But also I just didn't think about it. So that's like something immediately that is making it look like just more dynamic when I think about the light. Um, but making your shadows have like mixing your lights. I know that sounds weird when I say that, but basically your shadows where like whatever is in shadow, like right here, whatever is in shadow should stay in shadow, and whatever is not in shadow, which is light, should stay like that. So basically, whenever you're like drawing, I've explained this a little bit, but when you're like dividing your light, I call it like a light family and a dark family. This is your light family, where this is the range of value you use whenever you're doing stuff that's not in shadow. All of this is in light. And then in I'll do that right here. And in shadow, whatever's in shadow will be in here. Yeah, as dark as it wants to. You never want to mix these two together. Like this value should never be in here. Never, it should never be in that. So with my shadow family, which is like right here, or basically this general area, I want to stay within this value range. This will help you. I've learned that this helps me reduce my muddiness. You're gonna see a lot of muddiness in a lot of these paintings. So like I'm gonna move on to like show a better example. Some of these aren't paintings. Some of these are just here's a great example of muddiness. This is a great example of muddiness where you don't see the light, you don't know where the light's going. I have no idea what's going on. I have like basically the light's hitting the back, but like this is just a bad example. I painted this. I tried doing a value painting. And yeah, very good example of muddiness. This is like okay right here, but like this right here, no. There's like no construction, no nothingness face. This was one of my bad ones. Also, these like they don't have form, they don't have line art. I noticed that when I don't do line art, my painting will fail. And hopefully I can show a better example as I go on. Let me save this one real quick because I don't want to just keep going to this frog. Also, it'll just save me time. It'll help me do shit real quick. Oh god damn it, hold on. Alright. Chicken Zangief. This was one of my favorite ones, but again, same again, same hand problems. You'll see these hands everywhere. I tried focusing on doing hands, but yeah, same hand syndrome. It's pretty disgusting. You'll see it like here maybe. Oh no, here. This one got banned off of Instagram. I thought it was funny. I guess I didn't draw his dick good enough. But here, same hand syndrome, same hand syndrome. So yeah. Did I do it again somewhere? Same hand syndrome. Yeah, it's I do it without thinking. And when I notice that, I've stopped doing it. It's like I don't really like I do think when I do these, but whenever I'm like automatically doing it, like I go off of like what's my intuition. I've noticed that I did that, so I had to stop. Or I had to tell myself that I reminded myself to stop. This one's a little bit better with values, but not quite. I thought about like just trying to make this one fun, like design wise, but then the painting wise of the values, like it's not really that great. I did add like whites here, like I've added like this like white here, just a little bit to try and like make it pop because like that's great. My light was basically coming right here to the side because like yeah, but I needed to just get a brush uh that's very soft, and I just needed to like probably again just put some stuff in shadow, just a little bit, just a little bit where it's not hitting. I really, really, really need to define these light sources better. That way I can move on. Also, these cast shadows right here, like the hand, this hand's gonna make a cast shadow like right here. I'm using a red, I just realized it, but it's okay. The value will still be the same. But yeah, like with these hands, they're just kind of like, they don't have like a cast shadow. I feel like right here where a cast shadow would be here. Maybe. But then now my dark is getting into where the light source is looking. This should not be here. Right here. This should not be here. That's too light. That's too dark in a light area. This is basically a light area. Or I've defined it right now as a light area. And yeah, that's what I've noticed. Right here in the armpit, I can like probably darken this more. Just take this dark. That probably makes more sense. I think right here with the beak, this probably would be more sense. This probably would make more sense if I did this right here. Then like maybe right here, I've noticed I have this light right here. Yeah, just there's a lot of like lighting inconsistencies because I'm not aware of it. I'm just painting in the moment. And that's like just really bad. And I'm hoping that when I make this video, it makes me realize my mistakes. So that's a little bit better. Oh, that looks already better, right? Yeah. Yeah, just a wee bit, just a wee bit. So next one, Rombler Bear, or just the bear. Oh wait, no, this one. This one is just really rough. This one's really, really rough. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. There's like really weak construction. There's no form. Whenever you like shade a painting, I feel it's like when I look at his face, um, I see like the line art is not strong, and there's just value here, and it looks very washy. This is my problem I see. So like right here, it's like all this value, but no there's no line art. There's just like or like no like strong shapes. There's almost no shapes to identify. That's very important. For me, line art carries me. I do heavily rely on line art. This is another really bad example too that I can get to. But I definitely need more shapes in a defined area. I had the moon right here, but this is like whatever. I think the best thing about this piece though is the landscape. I think the landscape was cool. Yeah, the landscape was cool. This painting, this is just like incomplete. It's like it's fine, but this landscape thing, this is cool. Especially like this right here that I've been doing. This little squiggy lines. These look cool. They give movement in the piece, and that's what I like about this one. So it's not all bad, but yeah. This one's cool because like I had these like feathers here coming down, trying to make it look dynamic, but they don't have shape. That's one problem with one of these this brush I use. It doesn't have shape to it. It's very loosey goosey. But yeah, I tried focusing on the anatomy here, trying to make this more three-dimensional by having the form here or like the shade here, and the light hit him like right here. And then yeah, I tried this. I also tried making him like Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh, because like this is a Pegasus, giving him a flashy eye, but that was stupid. So anyway, there's some cool things I've done with this, but it's too light. There's no darks. There's no heavy darks, so it's like I needed honestly more shadow here to make it like more interesting, I think. define that right here. Define this here. Yeah, just like these small little tweaks could really just help. And then when you're painting value, it doesn't have to be that hard. Or like it doesn't have to be that muddy. And I'm realizing that now as I look back at this work. I don't think I have this right. I'm not too sure where my light's supposed to be. I think this is like maybe too dark. And this right here is where it's a mistake. Where I feel like I make a mistake is how I painted this dark, right? And now I'm taking a light source and I'm going over it. This is a common problem I feel that I do. I think what will help me is if I just make layers, just like a dark layer and a light layer to help me um, tell myself, all right, I'm focusing on darks, I'm focusing on lights, and that way I don't mess up or just like overpaint. And then once I'm happy with it and actually define where I am, then I can merge. I could paint this like darker here too, maybe. I don't know. This one's pretty like, yeah. Now this is probably too dark, but yeah. Uh Fopa. No, not you. Why does it keep doing that? This one's cute. I did a painting of a viewer, and this is cute. There's some things that are good here. The problem here is actually this is like maybe compositionally, this is maybe too big. And the moon. Let me double up on this to show. Can I unlock this, please? There we go. No. Hold on. I'm being stupid. There we go. So the moon actually is probably just too big here. And because like I look at the head, I look at the skull. This is like some kind of like rule of thirds of big, medium, small, which is like I've been thinking about. Like the head is the main focus here, because the contrast right here with the eyes, with the whiteness, like because when you look at it, it's supposed to get your attention. This is like the same size, and this is just too big. So to have like a better composition, uh, this needed to probably like shrink just a wee bit, and this definitely needed to shrink, just to have this like uh big, medium, small kind of thing going on. Let me just fix this. Just like loosely just paint this out. And that would like look just a little better. Not like a lot. Let's see. I probably didn't need to shrink the head. Just a little. It's not like a lot. Maybe the moon could be that same size. Yeah, maybe the moon could be that. I actually shouldn't have done that, yeah. I'm actually wrong, I think. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the skull's too big, though. The skull's too big. Yeah, this is evil Volpa. Yeah, I think I'm wrong there. See, I don't actually like that's like maybe like one of my problems is like I'm not actually sure with my thinking, but like yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm learning. I'm still learning. What was the problem with this one? It's too soft. It's too soft. That's what I find. Um, I think also the form on FOPA is just not great. It's whatever. But could define some of these shadows. That would be cool. Make it just hard cast shadows. I think would be cool. Also, there's like no light. There's still like a level of muddiness. Still very much a level of muddiness that I don't like. His face is a little flat. Light values would really help. And I think the problem with this piece was that I needed more light values, to be honest. If I think about it. Let me see. Um, no, I think I just needed I think he's actually just too toned. Like he's too muted. I think I actually needed like a balance between more darks and lights. Cause like this tone, this like mid tone, like that's kind of just it's too overpowering, I feel. And I feel like I needed more dark layers here. And like have the lights somewhere here. Cause like, like your body like twists and turns like this. Right? So like this is like the dark spots, and this is like the mids. This is the this like one area is like the what's it called? The midtones, and then like right here, like where it's like lighter. So I think that was the failure for this piece. It's not a failure, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I have to think more about these forms that are turning. So like, like this. I need to think more in more three-dimensional with these shapes. That's why it's very important to think three-dimensional with these. All right, so here's one where it's I need to make a separate video about with how I colored it. The only thing I want to point out is the level of muddiness when you look at it in a grayscale. I did focus on these values, and I thought that was really good. But some of these forms and some of these painted forms are just like this cast shadows right here. That's great. That's great right here. Hold on. Like this is great right here. I have this in shadow. That's cool. It's like less detail, but there's still something wrong, and I don't think I can explain it right now. There's still something wrong with this muddiness. There still is something wrong. I really like how I did the shirt, by the way. And again, I want to make a separate video talking about this piece because I have it like layered out and I want to talk about it. Um, I don't want this video to be too long, but when I got here, I just started focusing on line art and stuff. And I started just being a little bit more lazy. Not lazy, but I just try to save time because I worked on a commission while doing these. And I'm very glad I got through it. Yeah. But as I said, you'll see the same problems with some of these. Same hands. Uh, Not same hands, but some level of muddiness. Form a little bit weird. This one definitely a lot of muddiness. Um, I kind of wasn't sure how to paint a orca with like a, yeah, I kind of just did not know how to paint one. There's something I like about this. I'm not really too sure what it is, but my next one, and I think this is my best one. Even with Death Wargy, I think this is my best one because the subtle textures in the face, when you look at it far away, looks really nice. The hands are more gesturally. These actually look really good. It has energy. This piece has energy. These lines I did right here with the moon. I was thinking this almost looks like a Final Fantasy thing, and I was thinking about that. There's like a little hint of white here, and just when you look at it from afar away, I also have it framed. I added a little bit of value too. I remember this little strip right here. This little strip right here. I didn't add it until last thing. This made it like so much better. And honestly, we could even add more. I even added like a little strip like right here too. Like right here. I should have just added more. Because like this was working. But you don't want to go too much. Like I could just do something right here. Also his mouth, his maw looks really good too. Yeah. I could have just like added like a little bit more. Just that little bit. Just that little bit. And I think it looks really great. I could add some right here with these cracks, but where the leg goes into the butt, but I don't want to go too much. Because I'm gonna ruin like what I've established. I could actually maybe darken like some of this just a little bit. Something like that. But this is where I'm kind of like going a little bit too far. And I think like right here, this right here might be a little bit too much. But this, I think, is my best one. I love the anatomy on this one. I love the gesture. I love the energy. Hydra's cool because this is the first time I painted a chunky character with the belly. But I definitely see, I see the muddiness right here. I see this light hitting him. That's cool. I did the light really nice. But again, unfocused gray tones, midtones. These midtones are like the death of me. Um, I put these midtones just in bad places to where they just look very muddy. I also started drawing with a brown, not brown, like tone. I think I've been doing tone paper. I think this one's a little bit darker, but I started using the tone of the background to act as my midtone. That way I can just focus on the blacks and the whites. Um, and yeah. That's something I should focus on more. Because like right here, this isn't, I didn't paint anything. This is just the background. The only thing that is painted is the white right here and the black right here. The next one's salsa. I should make a video of the salsa too, explaining the process on this one. This is cool too because I painted another chunky character. I don't paint chunky characters that much. Salsa came out pretty okay, considering I only did it for 2 days. I think salsa came out good. I'll consider making a video for this one. It's the same thing with Rudy. Not too much. Just I did a lot more lines and stuff. This one's cool, but it's just line art. There's no value. Just like the same with Dino. I added some value here. I just did some value here. I tried focusing on the line art to give him like feathers. But yeah, he's like nothing really great. I just focus on line art and anatomy. He looks cool from far away, but I need to focus again on the like making sure this leg looks like it's in front and it doesn't look weird. Like I think there's some weirdness right here, but it's fine. There's like a little bit there's like a little level layer of flatness, like I think right here. And I should have made those shapes better or something. Chunky Dirk, another chunky character. I forgot. He's cool, but he's boring. There's no the there's no value. I think it's cool just compositionally, not compositionally, but like just cool like line art. I feel like my line art's gotten better when I did this compared to this. And I think I did this in Clip. Oh yes, I did this in Clip Studio, so that could be a reason. That could be a reason why it looks better. I forgot. Yeah, I did this in Clip Studio with a pencil brush that looks really good. Yeah, now that I noticed. That's why I like it. Yeah, drawing in Clip Studio is way better. And Deathwarg. Deathwing Wargy. So I should make another. I probably should make a video explaining like the coloring process with these. I think I have to go like more in depth explaining these colors. With like I want to go like step by step like how I got that glow going, how I got uh well I immediately I could just like explain like my problems with the piece is just like yeah I don't like how I did these little like layer details. I don't like when you zoom in, I'm not a big fan of how I didn't really complete the hands, but in painting, you can do that to lose detail, and I can explain the theory about that why, and it's because like, whatever's in shadow is not really in focus. Atmosphere perspective, these are like painting decisions, like why you do things like that. Um, Basically, like the quick gist is if it's in shadow, there's less detail, but if it's in light, there is detail shown. That's like a basic photography thing. If you look at like Rembrandt photography things, I am kind of going ahead of myself, but just to explain this theory. Rembrandt lighting, portrait, um, so like right here with like portraits things. Um, if you see these like the figures in shadow, there's like just there's like no detail. What's a shadow? There's more detail with what's in light. Let me see. This is like a great example that you can see her. I don't think you can actually. It's a dynamic example, but the theory or the thing is whatever's in shadow. There's just like less detail. You don't see it. Like yeah, you don't see it at all. You see this right here. You see like all the detail here, but like this eye, you don't really see. Maybe this is a better example. Kinda, not really. But yeah, like in a drawing, if you were to draw this, you don't draw this shadow. You don't draw her chin here. You just exclude it. And that's a style thing too you could do. So like in these paintings right here, like this traditional oil painting, um, this looks like a painting, yeah. Like right here, like it's kind of just like less detail. There's just like no detail. You don't see the wrinkles here. You do see a wrinkle here, but like not in this shadow right here. But like in light, yeah, look at all these wrinkles right here. That's the basic premise of like again, when I was talking with that theory about how whatever's in shadow has less detail, whatever's in light has more detail. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm glad I made it really quick. Um just to kind of like talk about them. I will get with the colored ones. those will be a separate video. And yeah, if you like this, let me know. I do think I went maybe too quick with them. If I were to go to talk about each one, I feel like it would be a long video. But that's like the general idea of like what I've noticed with my pieces so far. Muddy shadows, kind of clueless look. I do think I was stressed. I was very stressed while working on these, to be honest, because I was trying really hard to get through the commission that I was doing. But now that I cleared up work, I want to see how the next half goes, and I'll make another video talking about the next half. So let's see how that goes. And anyway, thank you again if you're watching. If you watched the whole thing, thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah. Okay, yeah, bye.